A closed mouth does not get fed, right? You can email the school and ask if they have application waivers or opportunities for you to get those waivers from other ways. Hello, welcome back to Winie Student World. My name is Winie, and today we're going to talk about how to fund your application. Yes, this process is expensive, no jokes at all. It's a very expensive process, and a lot of times some people don't have the resources immediately available to go about this. So I'm going to share some tips that could help you navigate the cost of submitting applications to study abroad. Let's go ahead and dive right in. All right. The first thing is application waivers. These could either be provided by the school or it could be provided by certain private organizations who want to help students, right? Regardless, a closed mouth does not get fed, right? You can email the school and ask if they have application waivers or opportunities for you to get those waivers from other ways, right? A lot of schools will have places to point you to, or they could tell you what you could do to get a waiver. Again, if you don't ask the school for it, there's no way you can know. You can make up your mind to email 20 different schools and only apply to the schools that give you waivers. Yes, you can do that. And so application waivers are one way to apply to schools for completely free. Okay, the next way is look at schools that do certain promos, right? And so some schools will say, like, if you submit your application in the whole month of September, it's free, or in the whole month of November, it's free. You can't find this information anywhere but on the actual school's website or by communicating with the school. Again, reach out to school and find out if they have certain periods where they would offer free application or where they will allow you to submit your application for free. That's another way you could fund your application. The next is the use of centralized application systems. Some schools offer waivers if you use the centralized application system. Is a way that they try to get people to use that system versus work directly or submit the application directly to the school. So either the centralized application system or the school can give you an incentive to submit your application for free on the centralized application system website, right? That's one. Other times, some schools just give students who submit through the centralized system free application. And so if you go directly to their website, it's $50. But if you use the centralized application system, it's $0. You won't know until you check, right? Another thing I want you to keep in mind with the centralized application service or system is that some schools may have supplemental application that may come with additional fees. And so you want to double check to make sure that you don't think a school is free and then you submit and get an email and realize that you still have to pay some additional money on top. So just double checking with that would also help you. And a lot of times the centralized application system or service is cheaper than the actual school. Again, you want to make sure that they don't have two different fees that they're going to charge to you. And if they don't, chances are the centralized version will be cheaper than the school version or will be completely free. So that's another hack. Another tip is what I call the staggered application process. This is when you have a list of like 3 to 5 schools or like 5 to 6 schools, but you don't apply to all of them at once. I have to warn you, this is for people who are starting early. Start early, brethren. Start early. Because when you start early, you can gamble and try out different things. If you submit your application in December, January, February, for August start date, you are already putting yourself in a disadvantage in this process. So please start early. Because if you start early, then you could do this staggered thing that I'm talking about. What does that mean? It means you don't apply to all the schools at the same time. You want to apply to 4 schools, 5 schools, you apply to 1 or 2 a month, right? As your money can carry or as your money can, allow you to. Or you apply to a specific set, give them a cushion of like 6 weeks, 8 weeks to see if you hear back from them, and then you apply to another set. Because chances are, if you hear back from one of those schools and you really like the school, you don't need to add the other ones, right? And so that's what I call the staggered system. That is when you don't apply to all the schools at once. You space them out either monthly or you space them out based on how much time you want to give each of the schools to respond to you. But again, remember, you can only do this when you have time on your side, because you want to make sure all the schools that you are going to apply to that application is in November of the year before, at the latest December. That's the way you're going to be successful. The next thing I want to talk about is passive income, right? We live in an internet generation, right? Everybody has an online organization or profile or online thing. I mean, Winie Student World is online and we have staff members that work with us. So you want to tap into that and make passive income. Can you create graphics? Can you write? Can you film videos? Can you make reels? Can you do things to help an organization build visibility? Offer your services and make passive income that you could use to fund this process, right? You could make passive income while being in school, while being a student. You could make passive income while doing, even a full-time job. Again, leverage your skills and experiences that you currently have and use that to generate passive income online. The last but not the least is application scholarships. These are usually given out by private organizations. There are so many of them out there. It requires some internet digging and searching, of course, but application scholarships can help you apply to schools for free because those organizations will pay for your application directly, right? So that's another way you can apply to schools and manage the cost burden. So I want to put a plug in for some of the resources that we do have. The first is the free graduate application checklist. There's no need to memorize all these things that I said. There's a checklist that has everything, right? You download it, a PDF file, you just be clicking the box or be checking the box as you're going through. It is free. The link is down below. I also want to tell you about our personal statement challenge where we help you work on a statement and you write your personal statement in 5 days. 5 days. Yes, guaranteed. If you do all the things we ask you to do, your statement will be ready in 5 days. The link is also below. And finally, our funded graduate application program is also linked down below. If you want to do this once, don't waste money over multiple cycles. Get this right the first time. We have broken down everything and it is so affordable. It is cheaper than anything you have seen out there. I also encourage you to check it out. Until I come your way again, my name is Winie. Do not forget to like, follow, subscribe. Check us out on social media and I'll talk to you again soon.